I want to ask to everyone who is studying psychology, is there a scope in psychology? Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with a new video. Um it's been a long time, and you often, as a psych student, you often might have gotten this question that is there a scope for psychology other than clinical and counseling? Because this is a question that I often got asked. Ki, at what age will you be employed, and what does a normal job in psychology look like other than the teaching and stuff like that? So to be clear, other than clinical and other than counseling, there is other fields of psychology. For example, there is forensic, then there is sports psych, this is the HR that we do with industrial psychology. So I would say the option or the scope for psychology is pretty much open and is very more compared to the other fields. But the reality is that these fields, for example, like there is sports psychology or there is forensic psychology, it's still blooming in India, or like they're still exploring it. So the job opportunities for that is like very less. And if you want to do something around these fields, yeah. So today we are going to see that other than these two fields, is there a field? No, because normally for the other field people, after 13th or after like their bachelor's, they are able to get a job. Even you as a psychology student, do you can also do a job, but not in the field of psychology, as in clinical or than counseling. Which are the fields that we can explore in psychology is the main theme of this video. There in psychology and what is offering you. So to be really honest with you, my personal experience when I was like searching scopes in psychology, I was pretty sure that I want to go in clinical psychology, because I've heard of only clinical psychology and counseling psychology. When I was in my 12th standard, I literally did a research on what all um, career or scopes are available in psychology, as in like worldwide, not in India. And I wrote it in a book, and I was really interested in like doing the psychiatry practice of the thing. But sadly I took arts, and you could not do that. So for me it was a really tough time to just figure out what to do. Then the closest option that really matches to that was clinical, because that just was. So well, I have here a list that I'm going to show you. Give me a minute. Okay, so I've got this book. This was my book wherein I this is like my side journal book, wherein from like I kind of used to put entries of what I find intriguing, made the course or any case study that I came across. So for like my personal introspection, back then I did not really know that this can be useful for me. So I used to observe some symptoms from characters or their past history, and I should just note it down here. So this is my book of psych. This is what I did. I hope you can see this. This is what I did. This is like first page is like full of clinical, and then the salary expectations that I can get. And to be pretty honest as well, to be pretty honest, that time like the salary expectation that they show on Google is very high compared in reality. So most of the psych internships that I got were mostly unpaid, and I had to pay for them. So you can keep your expectations a little low when it comes to doing internships in psychology. So I made a list of the fields and scopes that are available in psychology. So the first one is clinical psychology, obviously. So most of like the para- predominant areas, which is which psychology works in is clinical psychology. And then there was this estimate how much they earn, all that have written, wherein they have to work like with psychiatrists taking case history notes and stuff like that. So there was clinical. Then there is organizational psychology again, which is the industrial and organizational psychology, wherein you can get the HR job or something like that. So you are actually working in an organization. So then the counseling psychology that we mostly hear of. And after these are like the prominent areas that mostly people only know about. But there is also another scopes in psychology. Those are like abnormal psychologists. So the area of study in this is like mental health psychologist. For a job, the research inclines on what do they do is like study extreme or unusual human behavior and find a way to correct or change the abnormal behavior. Tends to be more research based. And where do they work? Abnormal psychologists work really in clinical setting, mental health facilities or hospitals. Then there is behavioral psychologist. You may have also heard about it. Most of the psychologists are behavioral psychologists. So the area of their study is, of course, behavioral psychology. Then what they do is similar to abnormal psychology, use research-based theories to correct behaviors such as depression, substance abuse, and mental illness. A job for the fixers. Where do they work? A behavioral psychologist typically has a private practice or a clinic setting for mental health. Then there is child psychologist. So basically, this is for child, which is specifically for family psychology, and of course, they are focused on child diagnosing, whereas they can be like helpful if a child is facing some sorry, if a child is facing some difficulty or something like that. So there is child psychology. Then moving on, there is cognitive psychologist. They study the cognitive of the brain, the perspective, um, and they understand the mental processing and memory perception and learning. And these people usually work under research facilities and treatment facilities that are in the hospital available. Then there is counseling psychology. That's like the main. I don't have to explain what counseling psychology is again, or psychologists do. So yeah, then there is developmental psychologist. So people who might be having trouble during their developmental stage, they these psychologists or these developmental psychologists assist them if they are having any difficulty or problem. Then there is educational psychologist. So mostly these educational psychologists assist children if they are having any problem in their studies or something like that, so they can improve their grade. They mostly work with schools. So schools, so you know they are improving their grades. If they're failing somewhere, they will see why they are failing and they will effectively work. Yeah, evolutionary psychologist. So this is like research. So they kind of do research on that kind of areas. Then there is experimental psychologists. So over here, the people who want to conduct research in the field of psychology is what experimental psychologists do. Then there is also family therapy psychologist. So you can see a family therapist or something like that. So these people solve the family issues. That forensic psychologists that study criminals and their crimes to gain better understanding of reasoning for criminals and helps to solve crimes. So forensic psychology usually employ in a laboratory or criminal facilities. I think for forensic psychology in India there is uh, one university available in Gujarat, I feel like, which is Rashtriya Raksha University, and there is this entrance professor of psychology wherein you can be a teacher or something like that. And there's psychoanalyst. So the area of study is of course neuropsychology, and and what they do is they work to understand and solve problems of subconscious level based and from Freudian principles, and they most psychoanalytics work in laboratory or a private study that they have. And then there is social psychologist, which is social psychology is the main study of area over here, which is socially responsible. What do they do? They work to understand an individual or a group behavior, feeling, and thoughts. And social psychologists are usually working in a clinical setting and something or a private practice. And there is also sports psychology, which we had mentioned earlier, wherein they work with the team members who want to, who are participating in a sports event, when they try to understand them, what might be going into a player's mind while they are under stress, or how do they feel, something like that. So, they can win any match they want to. And there is career counseling, wherein if an individual is having problems when in their midlife crisis, when they're having problem ki, I don't understand if this career suits me after 50 years of my life, what am I doing? I have a family, it's a stable job giving me nice income, and they're having a midlife crisis kind of thing. That's when career counselors come into the play, and they are like, okay, I'm gonna help you over here. Then there is mental health counselor. So mental health counseling, mental health. So a compassionate is a job for. They typically work directly with clients to understand the work to process mental health and emotional issues. Mental health counselors are usually working in private practice or centers or in schools. Then there is rehabilitation counselors. So rehabilitative psychology will be the study of area. The people who might be facing some issues with their addiction is where these type of counselor come into place and help them out. Then the substance abuse counselor, for people who might have come across or might have faced substance abuse, is where these type of counselor come in to help and try to make them better. Though individual who might have faced it, so might have helped them to be better person. So of course it might be a narrow term, it might be a narrow, again a very narrow thing. For a person who might be a rehabilitation counselor can also be a substance abuse counselor, because it is a part of it, but it's again very specific. So some of these, whatever I have mentioned, whatever paths that I've mentioned or scopes that I've mentioned in psychology, some are very, for example, there was educational psychologist, and then there was school psychologist. Now educational psychologists are very specific, but school psychologist is very a broad term, because in that there is teachers, there is principal, or there is students who are coming in. Education is very specific, it is only for students. So some are broad scopes, some are very specific. Four fields in psychology that are widely known and practiced in India is clinical psychology, then there is counseling psychology, there is child psychology, there is school psychology, there is organizational psychology, then educational psychology, forensic psychology, sports psychology, development developmental psychology, and social psychology, and career counseling, and substance abuse and rehabilitation psychology, and mental health counseling is also available in India, needing a license. But it is also said that you need a lot of experience while you are wanting to practice in this field. So if I want to practice as a school psychologist or a school counseling, I need to have an experience. I need to have an experience in that field, wherein I have assisted a counselor, I've seen what is that, I've done a course, and then I've gotten something like that. So I think other than that, if you're done with your masters, then you can also opt for these scopes in psychology that I mentioned, which are school psychology, forensic, sports psychology, and all that. Um, I will give a list over here. And yeah, so these all are available in India right now. Forensic is mostly blooming, I feel like, but all of them are just a coming up scope in psychology. um so you if you want to like if you want to pursue these course, you can. And you also have to make sure that you're doing your own research. You can't just trust me, because the guidelines of RCI keep changing over and over again. So yeah, after your bachelor's also, if you want to take a gap, and then you want to go in the master's or something like that. So these are like the options that you can explore in psychology. They have a big scope, but yeah, these are like the broad topics that I mentioned right now, that I will give you here. So yeah, you can explore these topics, fields. And yeah, hope this helps. But again, to be very precise, the the salary, or most questions like how much do you get paid. So the the broader or the specific um fields that I mentioned earlier, you don't get a lot of pay for it. Most of the psychologists say that we are underpaid, we are never overpaid, so we are underpaid. So that might be an issue. That so you can find a job that can suit you, but sometimes the pay may vary in various situations. So about the pay thing, it is a personal experience. For some, they might be getting a lot of good pay. For some, they are not getting any pay. So yeah, it is a personal experience again. So I hope this helps, because most of the people who are in masters are like, I want to be a clinical psychology, but then there is no way, because clinical psychology is the way. That's what I've heard. There are many options other than getting an RCI license. So I hope this helps. If there is anything you want me to cover in detail, please do let me know. I will be happy to help you and happy to make a video ASAP if I have if if I do plan to make. Do let me know, and I hope this helps. If you think that this content or this channel is helpful, and you can get a lot of help in future, to consider subscribing. And also, it helps if you like the video. It helps me that you have understood and like the content. So please do consider liking, and you can share it to your friends and families, your siblings maybe, who are in psychology and they feel they're lost. This can be their hope. So yeah, bye bye, take care.